This conference will now be recorded.
Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen Automation Labs. So, back to PyTest, and today I'm going to talk about how exactly you can define the PyTest fixture scope with classes. And today we are going to write some test classes, and we are going to write some test methods over there. And along with that, we will be writing some fixtures, and then we will be defining that particular fixture scope for the classes. So in the previous video, you have already seen that scope is equal to module, and module means for this particular module, it will be applied. Then later on, today we are going to talk about how to define the scope for classes as well. So what I'm going to do that, let me create a new file, and this is my Python file. And let's see, I'm going to give a Python file, something like this, test underscore fixture with classes. Okay, something like this. So for your reference, you will understand better. And I'm going to click on OK. So make sure your class name is starting with test underscore or something like this. And I'm going to import a couple of things from here that we have already taken it from here. Then I'll just copy paste so that we don't need to import once again. Now, what I'm going to do, that see it carefully. I'm going to define a fixture over here that, okay, initialize a driver that we have already taken it. And then how to define a fixture, that we have to use @pytest dot fixture. And this time I'm going to define the scope is equal to class over here instead of, okay, instead of a module, I'm going to define a class. Then initialize driver is a method name, and what I'm going to do that I'm going to write my WebDriver dot capital Chrome, and we will be using our Chrome driver manager, okay, and dot install, right? That we have already seen that. What I'm going to do that, okay, I'm going to pass one parameter over here. Let's see, this is called a request parameter, right? And with this particular request parameter, what I'm going to do that, okay, I'm not going to define any global driver or something. So what you can solve this particular problem, instead of defining the global driver, create one parameter over here, a dot class level dot driver. Let's say I'm creating one variable over here is equal to, okay, whatever this guy is returning, I'm, okay, storing over here. Let's say this is my Chrome underscore driver is equal to this. And the same driver I'll be giving to this particular driver over here. So this request variable, you can create any variable dot CLS, it means class level, dot driver is a variable name, is equal to ch driver, whatever it's available. It means at the class level, I'll be using this particular driver for my, okay, driver methods and everything. Then I'm going to create one tear down method with the help of yield that we have already seen that. And I'm going to write that, okay, hey, find ch driver dot close, simple close it. So this is the one fixture, let's see, that I have created, and let's say I'm going to give this fixture name is initialize Chrome driver fixture. Same thing I'm going to create for Firefox. So I'll be creating for Firefox fixture. Let's see, this time I'm giving some different name. Let's see, I'll say that, okay, underscore Firefox driver scope is equal to class. Same request, and instead of this, I'll be using Firefox over here. And here I'll be using in Firefox, slightly changed, executable path is equal to, we have to use Gecko driver manager dot install, that we have to use this, and Gecko driver manager we have to import. So let's import like that. Okay, and instead of this, then yeah, this is the ch driver. I'll be writing Firefox driver, and same driver will be given to this guy, yield, and Firefox driver dot close for your teardown, right? So let's see, these are the two fixtures that I have written now. Now see it carefully. What I'm going to do that, okay, separately for Firefox, I'm going to create one base class. So simple write class is a keyword, and your simple write, let's see, I'm writing base underscore. Let's see, for Chrome, I'm writing first base underscore Chrome underscore. This is my test parent class, and this class has no class body. So I simple write pass. That's it. In Python, you can simple write pass, which does not have any class method or nothing. It's just a blank class. Okay, I'm just going to write it, and here I'm going to apply that fixture over here like this. PyTest dot mark dot this decorator, which I want to use fixtures, right? So use fixtures, and what is your fixture name? So for, let's see, for this is for Chrome test, I'll be using this particular fixture name over here, that initialize Chrome driver. That's it. After that, I'm going to create one more class, the child class of this particular class. So let's say I want to test some application, let's see Google test on Chrome. So let's see simple write Google, or make sure we are writing test, okay, and test underscore Google underscore Chrome, something like this I'm writing. And see, this is a child of this. So we don't have any extends keyword just like in Java. So what you just need to do, you just need to copy this and paste it over here. It means this is a parent and this is a child class. This is the way we have to define parent and child class relationship in Python. We don't have any keyword specifically. Then what I'm going to do, that I'm going to create a method over here in this particular class. Let's see, now the exact test method I'll be writing. Let's see, test underscore, make sure you're starting with test underscore Google, and let's see, Google underscore a title on which browser, on Chrome browser, let's see. And here create one self variable, because we are writing inside the class now. And simple, I'll write self dot driver you have to use, and dot get method you have to use. So just because of how it's now, you must be surprising that, okay, why we are able to access driver, because the base class is having one fixture initialize Chrome driver, so that I can access this particular driver now, right? So whatever the URL that you want to launch, so let's say I'm going to launch http www.google.com. I know this is a little, you need to remember, guys, that sequence and everything you have to understand. It's pretty easy. You will be used to it. I know you guys are used to it, JUnit and TestNG. For this purpose, you need to use to it, and then I'm pretty much sure after that it will be clear. So now I'm going to write an assertion that, okay, let's see, self dot driver dot title is equal to, let's see, title is I think Google, right? So this is the one test that we have written. So similar kind of set I'll be writing for Firefox as well, right? So let's create one quick Firefox test class, the base class for Firefox, and then we will optimize this particular code as well. And for this purpose, I'm using initialize this one, Firefox test, and this is my base Firefox test, is the parent of test underscore Firefox, test underscore Google Firefox, right? This is the child class of this particular class, okay? And what else? After that, I'll be writing, let's say, same method name on Firefox. I simply write Firefox, and this time I'll be using self.driver.get, same URL, and title is equal to Google. So driver, whatever the driver that we are using it, we are using this particular driver, which is coming from initialize Firefox driver fixture. Just because of this particular parent class, we have already applied PyTest mark use fixtures, that is initialize Firefox driver. I think it looks good now, and let's see it is working or not, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to terminal, and the file name is what, test fixture classes. So let me clear the console, and I'm going to write pytest and test underscore fixture classes dot py verbose minus s. If you really want to generate the HTML report, let's generate some HTML report as well. HTML is equal to let's say I'm writing test underscore fix dot html, something like this, whatever the name you want to give. So let's see, and let's run it. So you see that, okay, first Chrome is getting executed, see, and the next time is the Firefox is getting executed one by one in the sequence. And you can see that, okay, both the test cases got passed, and you can see that new.html got created. Right click on it, copy the path back to the browser, and then check the report is getting generated over here. You can see that two reports are perfectly working fine, right? I mean, two test cases were working fine with this particular report. We recently executed 534. I think new.html we have to, let me just refresh it. Yeah, I think, I don't know which time Okay, stamped is taking, but yeah, this is the current report that we are getting it. You can see test underscore Google Firefox and test underscore Google Chrome, right? Perfect. So I think let's do one thing. I think I don't know this file is correct or not. That we can see it later. Okay, the HTML I'm not very much bothered about it. That okay thing we have already seen it later. But you observe one thing. This is not up to the mark code, right, guys? Otherwise, see, tomorrow you have two more browsers or three more browsers. Are you going to write separate classes like that? No. So within the same fixture, I can do that. So fixture provides parameters, features also. You can define the parameters like just like we have in testng.xml, right? We can pass the parameter like a want to execute with Safari or browser or I mean Chrome or Firefox or something like this. Same way we can do it over here. So let's optimize this code in a new Python file. I'll do one thing that okay, I think this is a file that is, I think we were checking the wrong file. Let me just quickly testfix.html. We have to do that. I think I was checking the wrong file, guys. Sorry about that. This is testfix.html. Now you can see that you have both the reports. Perfect. Test Google title and this one and executed at 6:25 2 minutes ago. You can see that the current time is 6:27. Anyways, so I was checking the wrong file. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one more file, Python file, and let's see, test underscore fixture underscore params. Click on OK. Now, what I'm going to do that I'm going to create only one fixture. So I'll just copy this entire stuff from here and just paste it over here. And okay, let's give some proper name. Let's say initialize the driver. Scope is equal to class. And if you want to give the parameters, what you can do, you can simply write params is equal to, okay, as a dictionary param, you can write it. Let's, I mean, as a list, you can pass it, not dictionary. Chrome and the Firefox, like this, you can pass, comma, scope is equal to class. It means this fixture is applied for Chrome and Firefox parameters. And then the request, and what I'm going to do, now see it carefully, I'm create one if condition over here. I simple write it, okay, hey, if whatever the request dot, now you can access all these parameters with the help of request. See guys, this is just like iText context, okay, iTest context in testng. With the help of that, you can get the method name, parameters name, and XML variable name, class names through the reflection API in Java. This is the exact same thing we are doing it over here. With the help of request, I can access all these parameters. So request.param is equal to what? Is equal to if it is Chrome, then do something. Then what do you want to do? Then let's see your I simple write web underscore driver, okay, is equal to this. So this is the thing that I want to do that, right? So let me remove all these guys, right? And then I'll be writing one more if over here that, okay, if your request dot param is equal to what? If it is equal to Firefox, then you do something else. Then what do you want to do? Then I simply say that the same code I'll be copying from here like that. It means same WebDriver, so no need to create multiple drivers. Now, this is just like WebDriver equal to new Chrome driver, and the same driver is pointing to new Firefox driver and new Safari and new IE driver. Same thing, same WebDriver is pointing to Chrome and Firefox on the basis of the parameter, right? And then we have to make it available at the class level. So I'll be using this particular request.cls.driver. Let's say I'm using it is equal to whatever the WebDriver that you have used. Just use it over here like that. And then I'll be going to write one tier down with the yield that WebDriver dot close. Perfect. So one single fixture, let's see that I have written. Now what I'm going to do, I simply create one base test over here. So let's see, this is my base test, right? Like that. And this is a blank parent class. And then I'm going to create one more class. Let's see, this is my class test underscore Google class. I simply write it. And the parent class is the base test. Simple write base test over here. And then I'm going to create one test method. My test method is, let's say, test underscore Google underscore title test, something like this. I'll be writing self, and then I'll be using this particular self dot which driver, the driver which is coming from here. I can access this particular driver now, and I want to launch the URL. So driver dot get. You can launch the URL here as well. That's not an issue. But let's see, I'm just launching here. I'm writing, let's see, HTTP www dot. See guys, here application doesn't matter. We are not talking about Selenium features over here. We are talking about PyTest. So you can launch any application. We are just checking the sequence, the fixtures, the test methods in PyTest. PyTest features are working fine or not. Then I'm going to print something over here. Let's say I'm just going to print that the same value. I can print it, the title on the console. If it is, let's see, title over here. And then I'm going to write, instead of printing it, let's say I'm just writing assertion directly, assert driver dot title is equal to what? Is equal to Google. Okay, so we have to write self dot assert like that. Okay, I think we are good now, and that's it. We just need to write this particular thing. So this is done, base test is done, and we have to write the fixture, okay, over here guys, that we forgot. So at the rate sorry, pytest dot mark dot use fixtures. What is the fixture name? My fixture name is initializer driver. Okay, like that. Anything else? I think then we are good. Test underscore Google, we can write it, or you can write capital test for the class name, because class name should start with the capital letter. And this is a test method name. See, remember, did you notice one thing? The moment I write a small test over here, the run button is not coming. The moment I write, see, capital test. So PyCharm is also following the naming convention and everything over here. So you can better you write a proper, capital letter for class name and test underscore for the test method names like that, right? You can directly execute from here as well. But I'll do one thing. I'll just go to my terminal. I'm going to execute, and simple this time. I'm going to execute pytest. What is the file name? So I'll be writing my file name is test underscore text underscore fixture underscore params minus verbose minus s for if you have any printf statement. Right now we don't have, but let's see. And minus HTML is equal to, now see, I'm simple giving new I would say new underscore params.html. Remember this file name, and let's run it. It's running it or not. So one by one, what will happen? It will pick the fixture for the first parameter, Chrome. This particular test method will be executed on Google Chrome, and then it will pick the fixture for Firefox, and automatically pick the fixture for Firefox automatically on the basis of this if condition over here. Now let's see and run it. I hope it should work. Okay, so Chrome is getting launched. Awesome. Perfect. Now let's see, Firefox is getting launched. Yeah, see, Firefox is also getting launched. Same google.com. What executed, 2 test cases are absolutely working fine. And then we will see the report. The report name is new params.html. So we will see the report over here. We will go to new params.html. Yeah, you can see the report, right? Perfect. One is on Google Chrome, one is on Firefox. So it will give you the parameter name also, Chrome and Firefox, like that. Now you see the difference between this class, exactly same thing, right guys? Why to write unnecessary so many fixtures for different browsers? We can customize the code like this. We can, optimize the code like this with the help of this thing. And you can pass more parameters, Firefox, Safari, Internet Explorer, or something like this. Create your if, and then start writing your test cases like that. Now, one thing, let's try. I haven't tried. It's working with parallel execution or not. You remember that I told you in, I think, in the first or second video of PyTest, you can do parallel execution also. Let's try. So I'm just going to clear it. You remember that for parallel execution, what I have to do, I have to say that, okay, minus s, minus n you have to use, and how many threads you want to use, how many workers you want to use. Let's say I want to use only 2. minus n space 2. Okay, and with the parallel execution, Chrome and Firefox should be executed in the parallel mode, and the report also should be generated properly. So let's run it and let's see. It looks good. You can see that GW0 and GW1, and see, awesome. See, this is Firefox and this is Chrome. Did you notice? See, I'll show you once again. Two test cases got passed. Let's run it again, and you will see over here that okay, two browsers. See, same time two browsers are getting launched. See, Firefox and Chrome are absolutely working fine in the parallel mode with fixtures, with the common fixture that we have used. And let's refresh this particular page as well. And the reports are coming absolutely working fine. 1837. So you can see 1837. This is the exact time. Now let's make one test as failure. This particular test is 111. And you can write multiple tests also. That's not an issue. And let's run it. How exactly it is capturing the error also or not. Okay. So see, two browsers are running. One is Chrome, one is Firefox. You can see that both are done. Firefox is also done, and both obviously will be failed because we have written Chrome Google 11, which is not equal to the actual title. Let's refresh it, and absolutely working fine. See, both we have 0 passed and 2 failures now, right? And you can see the assertion error over here like that. This is pretty awesome. Like I really like this, optimized code and then very minimal code. It's not at all verbose. It's not at all too much amount of code you have to write, just like in Java. So I think that's the amazing feature provided by Fixture, the parameters fixture. This thing I have taken a reference from PyTest documentation, and then I tried, and then I was like, it was working fine. So that's the thing, guys. You can write it, and later on you can write n number of test cases. If you really want to write one more test over here, let's write. So let's see, like this. And see, guys, give 2 lines of space, okay, between 2 tests, and like this. Otherwise, it will keep giving you this gray line warnings or something like that. Now let's write some other test, Google title test, and let's see. This is I'm writing Google URL, and let's make it Google back to this. And I'm expecting, let's see, obviously let's random google.com and driver dot current dot driver dot current URL. Let's see it is working or not. I forgot that method name. Exact method name is driver dot current underscore URL. Sorry about that. Okay, and I'll be just picking the exact. I'll do one thing. Yeah, this is the actual URL is there. So I'll just copy paste so that our test will be passed. Okay, now I think let's run it and let's see. So one title, one URL. This particular test should be executed on both the browsers. Okay, let's run it again with the parallel mode. Minus n is equal to 2. 2 workers. Here we call workers instead of threads. So 2 workers are working. Perfect. Looking for this, I think again to Firefox. So this is also fine. First time I think 2 Chrome got executed. 4 test cases absolutely working fine. Awesome. I think let's see the report now. So you can see that 2 Chrome and 2 Firefox. It means first 2 Chrome got executed in parallel mode. Okay, this is something new. I got to know. And you can see all 4 test cases got passed. Right, guys? So like this, you can do that. You can add one more browser over here, keep one more if condition, and that's it. This is the beauty of fixtures, guys, in Python. So I'll do one thing. Let me push this particular code to repository as well. Let me quickly, because there is a lot of code is pending to. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, a lot of things I have modified and added over there. So I'll do one thing that I'll quickly add it with check the status, and I'm going to commit. I simply say that PyTest coding examples or PyTest coding examples like that, and get push origin master. So this entire code you will find it over here on my repository. I'll share this repository. This is the URL of the repository, guys. Okay, you can go to Naveen Automation Labs. Sorry, GitHub.Naveen Automation Labs 20, and this is the entire code is available. So whatever the code that we are practicing for PyTest, everything you will find over here. So these are the very important code, guys, with proper example. Hardly you will see on internet. Really few information is available with the proper Selenium code. So I hope you can, it will help you a lot, okay, to learn page object model. See, I cannot directly jump into page object model. Otherwise it will be, you will be like blank and you will be like, what is happening? I don't understand this codes, because to understand framework and everything, to design the framework, we have to understand all these things. Okay, so that's all for this particular video. Thank you so much. If you are liking this particular series, guys, please click on subscribe button and please share this video with others and like this video, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.